All right, let's get right into it. If you're a real estate agent, you already know you should be on social media. But here's the thing. What if the playbook you've been handed is just completely wrong for today? We're about to reframe how you think about all of this, not as some chore you have to do, but as what it really is, your single most powerful machine for finding new clients. So I want you to really sit with this question for a second. What if that one platform, the one that feels a little too young, a little too chaotic, maybe just not for you, is actually the biggest opportunity you have right now to get in front of people you've never, ever met before? Yep, TikTok. I know, it might feel a little strange to say, but for right now, in this specific moment, it is an absolutely incredible place to build a real estate business. And we're going to break down exactly why. Okay, so section one. Let's talk about why this is such an untapped gold mine. We're talking about reaching thousands of potential clients super early in their journey, often way before they've even considered picking up the phone to call an agent. This right here, this is the whole game. On places like Instagram or Facebook, you're pretty much just talking to your existing circle, your past clients, your friends, your family. It's like giving a speech in a room where you already know everybody. But on TikTok, the entire system is designed to take your video and go find a brand new audience for it. Every single post is a fresh shot at discovery. And that brings us to what is probably the single most important concept we're going to cover. This is the big aha moment, the fundamental shift from a world of followers to a world of discovery. Honestly, understanding this one difference changes everything. Okay, so look at this. This is the key. Old social, that's a follower game. You spend years and a lot of money slowly, painfully building up an audience. But on TikTok, it's a discovery game. The algorithm literally doesn't care if you have 0 followers or 1,000,000 followers. It only cares about one thing. Is this piece of content good? And if it is, the algorithm's job is to go find an audience for you. That is a massive, massive advantage. So if the algorithm is looking for good content, what on earth does that actually mean? Well, I can tell you what it's not. It's not about being super polished or having a huge production budget. It's all about one thing, being authentic. So the algorithm is smart. It measures real, genuine human engagement, and it looks for these 4 signals. First, did people watch your video all the way to the end? That is a huge vote of confidence. Second, did they share it? Third, did they comment? And fourth, did they save it for later? Think about it. Those actions mean your content was either really entertaining or really useful. And notice what's not on this list? Likes. Yeah, they just don't really move the needle anymore. And this slide just perfectly illustrates the big disconnect, right? The stuff that we're all used to doing, the perfectly polished listing photos, the fancy branded graphics, that stuff tends to totally flop on TikTok. And why? Because it looks and feels like an ad, and people just scroll right past it. What works is the raw, real stuff, the content that feels like you're pulling back the curtain and just having an honest conversation. So how do you actually make content that builds that kind of trust? Simple. You become the advisor who isn't afraid to tell the truth. Make a video explaining what earnest money actually is. Give a real tour of a property, and yeah, point out the great kitchen, but also mention the weird bathroom layout. And you have got to remember the hook. You have about 3 seconds to stop someone from scrolling. So start with something bold like, here's how your bank can deny your mortgage on closing day. Trust me, they will stick around to hear the rest. Now, we've been using TikTok as our big example here, but this core idea, this shift to authentic, value-first content, is really the key to unlocking all modern platforms, especially the ones that most agents are seriously undervaluing right now. The real secret here is to stop thinking of social media as one giant bucket. It's not. Each platform is a different tool in your toolbox, and you have to use the right tool for the right job. Just look at this breakdown. This is basically your strategic map. TikTok is your engine for discovery, finding new people with quick, valuable videos. YouTube? That's your long-term lead generator for people who are actively searching for deep dives, like neighborhood tours. And LinkedIn is your tool for connecting with those high-value investors and corporate clients using really thoughtful, analytical content. See? Different tools, totally different jobs. And hey, let's just double down on YouTube for a second, because this is so important. It's not really a social network. It's the world's second biggest search engine. A TikTok video might have a lifespan of a few days, but a good YouTube video about what it's like to live in your city, that thing can bring you qualified leads 2, 3, even 4 years from now. It's an asset that you build once, and it works for you 24/7. Okay, I get it. TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, this can all start to feel like a lot. So where do you even begin? The key, and I mean this, is to not get overwhelmed. You just need a simple, super manageable plan. And that's it. Just start with 2 platforms. Seriously, get really good at 2 before you even think about adding a third. For most agents, a perfect combo is starting with TikTok for finding new people, and maybe Instagram to keep nurturing the relationships you already have. And here is the secret to making this all manageable. You don't need to come up with 10 different ideas for 10 different platforms. Come up with one great core insight, like a weird pricing trend you're seeing or a common mistake first-time homebuyers make. Then just adapt that one idea for each channel. That single idea becomes a short TikTok, maybe an Instagram reel, and a slightly more detailed LinkedIn post. You're multiplying your reach, not your workload. After all this talk about algorithms and platforms and hooks, it really all comes down to this one simple idea. Social media isn't just about shouting your name from the rooftops. When it's done right, it's a machine for building real relationships and genuine trust, but at a scale that would be absolutely impossible to do one-on-one. So I'll leave you with this one question to chew on. Just think about it. What's that one thing that piece of insider, honest-to-goodness advice that you could share that would make a complete stranger think, okay, that is the agent I need to work with? Whatever your answer is, well, that's your next video.